came actually 29, so that's a long time ago. So they're doing a documentary when I turn 40 years old, which is going to happen soon, I'm afraid.
Okay.
And they're going to start filming a little bit and then they're going to walk out.
Okay, great.
And they're following me for a year.
Okay, good. Well, I'll think you're not here.
If you take this chair...
Are you sure you want me to go here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go here. Success. Very intimate.
I'm involved, and I love to see everything that's going on. I won't do involvement by sitting at home in Wassenaar.
How are you?
I feel that I can contribute by making it easier to give people real prospects. At first I thought, I can't be bothered with all this. Sometimes I have to pinch myself and think, well, just how much can you do? That's so nice.
Máxima, portrait of a princess. Alexia, don't cycle too close to each other or you'll collide. Mummy and Daddy will ride right behind you. Okay, off you go. Do you want to cycle on the inside?
No, I'm fine.
We can go faster than you, if we have to.
Oh, no way.
No, take it easy, Amalia.
Well done, Alexia.
Amalia, keep both hands on the handlebars.
I really feel I have the freedom to do the things I like, and I've done that. You've been filming me these past few months, and I do a whole range of the things, which is really nice. I've been able to do so many things. I don't dwell on the restrictions. I focus on what can be done, and that's a lot.
Let's start with the state visit to Vietnam with the State Secretary Bleeker in 2 weeks' time. You've seen the text. Yes, it seems fine, so it can go to the Minister for approval for now. But it still needs fine-tuning, as it's quite a long text. But regarding its content, it's fine.
A few points about the new Orange Fund programme. It may be a good idea to link up with the plan the Orange Fund is setting up, so it becomes part of that. What I liked about this conference is the diversity of projects, but I haven't visited them all. So it may be a good idea with the better projects that we're all aware of. Well, can we actually visit them? In practice, as I've only heard about them. Where's mine? We've forgotten Daddy's shoe too.
Wie zoet is, krijgt lekkers. Wie stout is, de roe. Oh, lieve Sint-Nicolaas, kom ook eens bij mij. En rijd dan niet stilletjes ons huisje voorbij. Oké, nu weet ik het.
Okay, now I know.
What?
Schade bij de voetjes, de Trippel, trappel, trippel, trap. Het is het paard van Sinterklaasje. Trippel, trappel, trippel, trap. Het paardje is nog lang niet moe, maar hij moet naar bedje toe. Maar het is nog lang niet moe, maar hij moet naar bedje toe.
Goed zo.
Well done.
I wish I had such a lovely voice.
Sinterklaas kapoentje.
St. Nicholas, I beg of you. Yes? Okay, go ahead.
Kapoentje, gooi wat in de schoen. Gooi wat in mijn laasje.
Dank u Sinterklaasje. Yay!
Ballen, ballen, ballen. Gooi wat in mijn lekker, lekker tonen. Gooi wat in.
Good morning, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. Well, welcome all to The Hague and to the Responsible Finance Forum. Providing the right financial product at the right price, in the right place, is at the very core of responsible finance.
The whole of Holland knows you're involved in microcredit, microfinance. I understand it's been extended and is now known as inclusive finance. What's the difference between the two concepts? We started with microcredit, but even then, at the UN, we said, credit isn't the only thing people need. What if there's no means of payment? For us here, it's very easy. For us, it's easy to think I'll pay the doctor's bill or pay an aunt who arranged something for me. We just transfer the money. But in some countries, that's impossible. For instance, a teacher in Tanzania took 2 weeks' leave just to pick up her salary. How can inclusive finance help her? By trying to ensure she gets her salary, so she doesn't have to go around for 2 weeks to get her salary paid cheaply and safely. They're very basic, but very important issues. But I don't see an ATM near a school in Tanzania in the near future. So how will she get her money? By telephone sometimes. So innovation and technology have had a huge impact in making financial services available to a teacher in a remote corner of Tanzania and to very many others.
Let me begin by thanking Princess Máxima for her leadership on this very important issue. We're finally getting the attention.
We're all gathered here in New York to discuss how to achieve the Millennium Development Goals by 2015. Now, you all know there's 8 development goals, but none of them mention financial inclusion. So what are we doing here? Well, we are here because financial inclusion is a cross-cutting issue. Having an inclusive financial infrastructure is as important to an economy as having roads. But more than credit, we need savings. A safe place to save is, in my mind, the single most important financial service that poor people need.
And what originally got you interested in it?
Well, when I started off, well, first of all, I was a banker before I married my husband, and I did some microfinance back then when I was here in New York. I mean, I was helping people out, how to structure, etc. And then when I married my husband, sometime later on, with a year of microcredits, these people that had worked a little bit with me invited me to be advisor. And already back then, my whole thing was, it's not just about microcredit. We need to get the savings in, because it's the most, #1 financial product that people really need, and it's not that people in the world have safe places where to save. And one of my spear issues is savings, very clearly. crops do you have right now in your land?
برضه في بامية اهي وفيه فول وتوم وبرسيم وقمح.
Okay, so he has everything. He has
في فول اهو بس ما طرحش
okra as well.
فول اهو.
So he has some okra there.
Yeah.
He has some garlic and he has some bersim, alfalfa.
The alfalfa, is that for, do you have livestock?
عندك مواشي؟
اه
He has livestock.
هنا
Okay.
هنا.
Okay, how much do you have?
شوفيهم
كم راس اللي عندك هنا؟
انا عندي هنا 2 اللي بيسرحوا واللي في البيت بقى قاعدين بيحبوا شويه
So he
صغيرين.
has
أوريهم ليها
two
بقى.
that are outside. They belong to the house basically.
Okay.
They're fed in the pasture.
Okay.
The others are kept for fattening.
Okay, and he will sell it as
And he will
meat.
sell it.
We can't save it all as we invest in the next harvest. What you receive in one hand, you spend with the other. That's right. Let me tell you something. I can, but a calf. Once I've paid all my expenses, I could raise the calf. Then I could make further investments.
A cow means, more pressure on their alfalfa.
Sure.
So that's one thing, and the calf could actually die.
Sure.
How much does that happen? And then their savings is gone.
I take that into account. If the cow dies, then it's Allah's will. I just hope he reimburses me for the loss.
Nice to see you again. We're at the photo moment. I think it's very timely to actually hand it over to you. Okay, let's begin. The FATA speech went very, very well. I think they're on board. I think that doesn't mean that we have to forget about it. So I'd like to speak to basically how do we keep on having the Mexicans on board, because of course the Dutch presidency has to, so we have to really invest there.
Whenever they do something, they do it very thoroughly.
No, absolutely. Yeah, they're very clever. We know that. And they're very good at data, as we know as well. But at the same time, they have to be taken by the leadership of the presidents of the different countries. So I think that's where we could play a role. One doesn't realize how much
work it takes, yeah.
Who is the owner of the business?
He's behind you.
Oh, you're the owner.
يا هو صاحب المحل.
Hello.
اسمه الأميرة ماكسيما من هولندا.
So, you have 2 people working for you?
مين بيشتغلوا عندك؟
Yeah. And how much have you grown since you got your loan?
زي ما هو. No, you know, like this.
الصنعة دي أصلا مش صعب إنك تعلمها لحد، يعني متوارثة كده مش.
So he says it's very hard to teach this thing to people.
Yeah.
That's why the people he maintains, he pays good money for them, and he uses them all the time continuously to continue growing.
Are you mainly an ambassador? Or to put it rather disrespectfully, a kind of advertisement for inclusive finance? Or is it more than that? I'm convinced that if people are given the right tools, they'll manage on their own. From the position I'm in, my goal is to try and make this possible. Sometimes I play the role of figurehead, but sometimes I'm also the catalyst. Sometimes I bring people together so they can discuss how they can improve something and take it forward. I'm not always the figurehead. At first, I may play the figurehead role, But then I must really ensure the plan's improved and is implemented more often. I saw footage of you with Melinda Gates, and I thought, maybe she also enjoys talking about it to a Dutch princess instead of a high-ranking Dutch official or minister. Is that a bit how it works? Perhaps in the first 5 minutes. But then we must get down to business. You were always in banking. What would you have done if you hadn't met Prince Willem-Alexander? What was your professional ambition? What did you have in mind? As far as a career was concerned, it was a far more commercial world. This world is much more idealistic. But I think I was very idealistic when I went into the business world. I didn't just enjoy it, but I studied economy, the hard world of banking in New York. On the other hand, you must learn that too. But I was idealistic in the sense that I wanted to study economy, to make a contribution to promote investments and developments, and help private sector development get off the ground, so people can actually earn their own living. So ultimately, I'm doing a similar thing now. It all sounds wonderful, but corruption also exists in the world. Won't all the money from investors again end up with the people who don't deserve it? I understand your question, and we must always be very alert to this. We must learn from past problems, rectify them, then continue. Because people need it. We can't stop and say, it's risky, so I'm quitting. I'm coming.
Sorry.
Hey, is everything okay? Come here. Are you hurt? Watch out and try not to run here because you'll slip. And I'm afraid of that, to be honest. So take it easy. Hey, can you walk? Don't you want to sit down? No? You're a tough cookie. Go inside. Mommy, please don't go. I want you to come and sit at a desk with me. I can't sit at a desk, honey. I've already been to school.
Welcome. It's wonderful to be here. How are you? What a wonderful spot. Far cozier than the big palaces. In 2004, I started at the Social Affairs Ministry. It's 6 years ago. Time goes so quickly. You were a young, promising politician then. That's why you were here.
That's nice. It's incredible how time flies. 6 years ago, I just had Amalia.
She was even walking a bit.
Walking?
Or was she still crawling? She wasn't one of the quickest to walk. The first had just arrived.
De heer Eikenhorst, consul-generaal te Antwerpen. De heer Schunneboom, consul-generaal te Hongkong. Zijn excellentie de heer Dirksen, uw ambassadeur te Ankara. Zijn excellentie de heer Hinch, uw ambassadeur te New Delhi.
leuke projecten. Nou, goedemorgen. Ik moet hier zitten? Ja? Mag ik hier komen zitten? Ja, voorzitter.
We set up the Orange Fund before we were married. After we'd been asked what we'd like as a wedding gift, my husband and I insisted on a fund that would actually promote relations and involvements in the Netherlands. So the Orange Fund was set up and presented to us at the Arena Stadium. To both of us, and we're still patrons and very closely involved in the fund. Here and also in the Kingdom of the Netherlands, that's all 6 islands. And you both work hard for it. Yes. The Orange Fund finances more than 4,000 projects in every shape and form, but all with a common goal: to promote relations among people in a neighborhood or region. And involvement too, of course. What do we have to do? Serve. Great. At the top or bottom? Doesn't matter?
And I'll take 2.
Don't drop them. Good afternoon. It is afternoon, isn't it?
Yes, let me look.
Yes, I looked. I have either cucumber or salmon. What's this? That's salmon with cucumber. And the other one's cucumber. It's been a lovely day. Yes, what a surprise to have you here. A nice surprise. Certainly. How long have you lived here? How are the children? Wonderful. They look so alike. They're lovely. You can see they're sisters. They're very alike. They have very strong personalities. Yes, definitely.
Here comes the ball. The princess is ready. The prince is ready. That was a really hard shot. The princess is a great coach. An applause for our new coaches, Princess Máxima and Prince Willem-Alexander.
Well, your coach?
Because my school applied for a coach for me. I'm doing better at home now because I know how to cope with my problems.
So he helps you in a practical way to prevent your argument moments?
Yes.
By discussing them with you? Excellent. Why do you have a coach?
Because I never went outside. I don't like mixing with people.
Did you and your coach initially decide on a goal?
We're going to try to make me bigger outwardly, so I'll get to know other people better who may be able to help me. My coach thinks that when he's not there, I'll go back to my old ways. That's why he wants me to meet other people, and that's improving.
If you were to talk to other friends, what would you say to them? Would you recommend this and say, this would be really good for you, or not?
Yes, I would. Yes, so would I.
It's about increasing people's prospects. I saw you at one of the sessions when children were acting. One of the boys was telling a story and tears almost ran down your cheeks. Are you sometimes so moved by what happens? This boy had been through a really tough time. In a monologue, he told us how acting had helped him to express his feelings to his family, so he could eventually be himself. And how valuable this had been to his life. He can now walk with his head held high and is able to use his talents. Well, it moved me.
Mythikas has helped me to get to know myself and to be who I want to be. Who am I? I'm Janina. Martina. I'm 18 and I'm coming out. And you? You learn to know yourself. It gives you self-confidence.
How do you do that?
By acting, by expressing yourself.
What was acting like at first? I've never done it, so...
The first time I acted, I was ashamed to do things. But after about a week, I really felt at home. So I made more of an effort because I wanted to. And I did well, and I'm proud of myself.
Excellent. You're busy, going here and there, then abroad again, then another jet lag. Don't you ever feel your life is not your own? No, I don't. Usually I'm able to plan my own diary. But I enjoy everything I do. So I receive more energy than I give. That's not to say I've never been tired when the children have been difficult or I slept badly, but because you're only human after all. That's right. But the inspiration and the energy I get like today, when I heard that group of children talking, or the people here who organize everything and set this up together. People do so much, and every time in the car on the way home I say, that was fun. And if people say to you, deprived areas and similar projects are no longer politically fashionable, what would you say to them? My focus is every Dutch person, whether they're from deprived areas or not. In microfinance, we also help women with children and a college degree who'd also like to start a business. I find it fascinating to help everyone in the Netherlands.
I'm Ronnie, or Your Royal Highness. I'm Ronnie. I'm the financial director of Busy Stars, and I feel honoured to tell you about BizWorld on our sales. When the teacher started the countdown, the kinds from Class 7 rushed in. Our stall was nearest to the door, so the kids from Class 7 had to pass our stall first. No, but we haven't made a loss either.
Have you made a profit? That's important. What did you learn most from this project?
That we shouldn't have reduced the prices of most products so fast.
I saw you with a class of children who are learning to manage money. Is it important for children to learn to manage money? Yes, it's vital. We know the younger children learn to manage money, the better they manage money as adults. And we know that from between the ages of 15 to 18, 2/3 don't really know how or find it difficult to manage money. That's budgeting and saving, while 1/3 even have money problems. Oh, how sweet. They're bookmarks. Well, my girls read a lot, except Ariane, who just looks at pictures. Thank you. Do your own children get pocket money? Yes, Amalia does. She gets €1 to €1.5 a week. And Alexia will start with €1 a week when she's 6. Do they earn money doing chores? Yes, they do that too. And they love it. Amalia's saving for something she wants to buy. And that's excellent. We couldn't hear, so why are they laughing?
In the score here, right at...
It's so nice to see the conductors.
Here it says, thank you, Mr. Then it says, full name of the conductor. Shall we have coffee? For us in microfinance, it's very important, but so is the coaching. What we see is that they're all very skilled. No one needs extra training, but that still doesn't make them entrepreneurs.
Do you make the curtains yourself or only do alterations? No, curtains too. There's an example behind you. You're making these now. I've pinned them first, obviously. Then I'll use the machine. I'll sew them blind with this machine so the thread's not visible on the outside. You have a whole package. The coaching, the courage of all the entrepreneurs here supporting each other, which obviously makes them stronger. This is about microfinance here in the Netherlands. The way we've defined microfinance here is not only about small loans, it's also about coaching and advising entrepreneurs. The new or existing entrepreneurs who need up to €35,000 who are also given advice and coaching. But also entrepreneurs who don't need a loan, just coaching. So their business has more chance of success and will flourish. How many people have been helped this way or have started up a business? Since we started, 1,500 people have received a loan. We hope to help 1,000 new entrepreneurs this year. That's just with a loan. For the coaching, our goal is by 2015 to help 10,000 entrepreneurs a year. Oh, that's very ambitious. Yes, but you need ambition. What exactly is your role in this? I'm on the UN Microfinance Board. Initially, our job was to assess the demand. Then it was a huge task to set it all up, which has now been done. We now have 2 organizations trying to arrange everything, the loans and the advice and coaching. Now we must continue. We're in the second phase, so things are in place. But now we must work very hard to improve the quality of the coaching. By making more coaching available, by visiting the target groups more often, such as women or certain sectors that may be well represented. We, and me in particular, can function as an ambassador. So I go on working visits, do interviews, and I hope this interview with you will generate more publicity. So that's my role, and I learn an awful lot abroad. The new innovative aspects, which I can then implement here. Have you talked to people who've used? Yes, lots and lots of people. From hairdressers to the industrial sector, to ambulatory care. It's so diverse, which is wonderful. It's not one story. They all have their own stories. Some were unemployed for ages. From the disabled to the very young graduates with wonderful ideas who've never had a business, so they're not creditworthy. They can't go to banks and come to us instead. It's fantastic. Together in everything we do, we once again want to optimize the participation of women in society. I feel this is what connects everyone here this afternoon. I think we all believe that it pays to invest in women, don't we? How can we profile ourselves without feeling we're doing things that aren't us? Women tread a narrow line. We're either too soft or we're bitches. There's not much in between. How can we remain ourselves and maintain our values? There's a difference between being clear, having a grip, and being a bitch. But that's the narrow line, hey? Every Friday, these volunteers pack about 630 crates. They're sorted here in the distribution area. Then they're taken to the van for transportation to a distribution point. That's 2 items now put in a bottle of Coke. We'll do this in a minute. So we just transfer the items. That's right.
We notice that we're often given top brand products, since the products of lesser brands that are near their use-by date are offered for sale on alternative markets. They don't like to do that with top brands, so we often get fantastic products.
They don't want their products to be dumped, say. It's not good for the product's image.
That's peanut butter. Did you bring your playing cards, Amalia? Want to play Beggar My Neighbour? It may be better if you play with me. Or do you want to play on your own?
You're on my side.
I'll play for you, and we'll beat them, huh? Shall we get them all?
Well, we'll get you back. I'll help these two, okay?
First, Amalia's shuffling the cards.
We'll start with diamonds. Let's arrange them properly first. Can we start?
No, we start. You've just dealt. Let's choose this one, huh? Ace takes the kitty.
Is it my turn?
Don't look so angry. You're always lucky.
We'd all love to know certain things. People have asked me to ask you the weirdest questions, like, who cooks around here? I hardly ever cook. I try to cook a few things if there's time. We make pasta with the children or have a barbecue. Someone else cooks for us, which is very handy. On weekdays, you normally have staff? Yes, but only until 5 o'clock. After that, we take care of ourselves. We once said, long live the microwave, because we heat up so much. And we make our own salads. Is your husband any good at cooking? Not really, but he's a good helper. Do you ever sit here outside on the terrace? Yes, a lot. Yes, definitely. Like yesterday, we were in the garden all day, playing with a ball, the trampoline, the swing, and all kinds of things. Because the children had missed you. You've been away from home a lot. Yes, the last 6 weeks have been very busy. Not only here in Holland, but also abroad. So when I get home, the children want more attention. So I must give them that, of course. But do they understand it when you're both away so much and they're looked after by a babysitter? Do they understand that? Yes, they do. Here they understand. But they still want to see their mummy. And they want mummy to come home as soon as possible. If I say, I'm going to England, but I'll be home tomorrow, they say, no, why? But that's normal. And I'd be upset if they didn't say it. It's Daddy's turn. Don't show your cards.
No, I can't go, unfortunately. It's Amalia's turn.
It's Mummy's birthday soon. Have you decided on a gift for her yet? No. No, not yet. But I will make a decision. I know you get pocket money, don't you? So will you buy something or make something, perhaps? I'll make something, as I'm saving up for something else. You'll keep on saving, hey? Mummy told me you would. Are you going to make something for Mummy? A drawing, perhaps? I could buy something, but that would be a huge waste of my money. No, don't do it, because Mummy wants you to save, hey? Yes, but she doesn't want me to sit at home with a DS and play on it all night. No, she wouldn't like that, of course. I'm going to do a painting. A painting? Of Mummy and Daddy? What do you like doing best with Mummy and Daddy? Riding your bikes or something else? What do you like doing with them? I've no idea, but I like being together. Being together.
And Alexia?
Riding my bike with Mummy.
And do you like playing on the trampoline too?
What do you like best, Ariane? I like the best being on the bike with Daddy. Say something about Mummy. Oh yes, I forgot. What about being tickled to death? Do you ever look at your eldest daughter, Amalia, and think, oh, there's so much in store for her? In the glass cage, as it were. It's like everything else. I didn't become a princess from one day to the next. So that won't happen to her either. That's why it's very important for me not only to raise her, but also coach her during this process. Just like all the coaching I had from my husband and mother-in-law. So you're very confident she's really... Yes, definitely. Your wife's turning 40. This is a huge question. What does she mean to you?
She means everything to me. Since we met in April 1999, we're soulmates, best friends, mates in everything, and ultimately husband and wife, and parents of 3 fantastic children.
I've seen all the many things she's involved in. But from your point of view, what does she mean to the Netherlands?
She means a lot to the Netherlands. As a person, she's unique. As her husband, I can say that very objectively, she's ready to help people 24/7. She does it for me, but also for other people, and for this country too. That's why I'm so proud of her. Jack's leading. Hearts.
Hearts? We have hearts.
Who's the biggest winner of all?
Me. I'm not good at this game. Yes, and don't we know it?
Last card.
Well, we can't do that, Alexia.
No, Amalia. It's Alexia's turn.
15 years ago, when you hadn't met your husband, did you dream of a life like this? No, no way. No, it didn't even cross my mind. When I first met my husband, I thought, stay away from this. Why? Well, I was an independent girl, and I was really enjoying myself and having fun. And I had lots of little plans. Nothing big, like starting a business. Funnily enough, I wanted to set up a microfinance project somewhere. No, it didn't really fit in. But even so, it happened. Obviously, you now have your role, which you grew into, you said. What do you think will change in this role? I don't think much will change for me. I'll continue to support my husband, also in his role as king. But I won't be head of state, so I'll go on doing what I do now as a princess. That means constantly bringing people together, representing the Netherlands, and encouraging people to do their best for their future. That's what I've been doing, and I'll continue to do this. Do you follow the ceremonial monarchy debate? About monarch not having a role in government, but, to put it disrespectfully, should only cut ribbons. I follow the debate, obviously, but currently it's a political issue, so I don't want to say too much about it. But there's also been some criticism. About your house in Mozambique, for instance. Were you shocked by the criticism? It was a wonderful dream of ours, which we embarked on with the best intentions. To build a nice house for our free time that would really benefit the local people and improve their lives. But, well, we definitely got the message. And the important thing is that we realized a holiday home must never take priority over the work we do for the Netherlands. At the time, did you understand the criticism? Or did you think it was unfair? It doesn't matter what I thought. The important thing was that we had to understand how people felt. But it's still not been sold. It's been completed and it's for sale. So we hope it will be sold as soon as possible. Everything you say, and I'm referring to something you said quite a while ago when you said, there's no such thing as a Dutch person. Everything you say can also be used against you. How do you feel about this? Isn't it irritating at times? It was a huge learning curve, to be honest. Of course, I was shocked by all the fuss, as all I wanted to do was pay the Netherlands a big compliment. Because I didn't say the Dutch identity doesn't exist, just that there's so much diversity within this identity. If I'm in Limburg for Queen's Day, a lady may say, you can't get a flan like this anywhere else, because here we're bon vivants. But when I go to Friesland, I hear a similar story. That's what's so nice. People here have the space to find their own Dutch identity. So we all have our own Dutch identity. But there's nothing you'd like to say, no, not at all. Feel free to say it now. I feel completely free to say what I want, but if I want to pay a compliment, but that's not how it comes across, then I must do it differently next time. And that was the biggest lesson I learned in the whole identity discussion.
Do you want to throw it down? Ariana's the winner.
We're the winners.
What
Is there anything you'd really like to achieve in the next 10 years or 10 years from now? There's so much. I have so much to do with all my plans, so I think... Pick one. Pick one. Well, I can't. It's hard to choose, but on the other hand, if I do everything well that I do now, that in itself would be wonderful.